My eye still hasn't recovered.
Episode 21.
Episode 21. I don't have it. I didn't bring it in with me, so basically I've still only got season 2, so I'm just going to be listening to it from here.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. And
Advert already? Like right away?
Yep.
Out the bat?
Right away. Right away. Just like kind of say if you're interested in buying this car, you should.
No. Spooky music.
It is. Sir.
Just strings. Bye, Panda Fox. Didn't want to watch Star Trek with us. Oh. He's on YouTube
Sorry
chat.
about calling.
He's on YouTube. He's on YouTube chat instead. Hey, Panda Fox.
Touch the sky. I'm not gonna hold you down no more.
I'm in the chat.
Got strength of the heart. I'm in of me. It'd be funny if just like the whole YouTube chat just started like typing lyrics as it happened.
That would be weird. The funsies. It really does smell like rubber in here. It's weird.
That's another effort. And yeah.
Seriously? I kind of came up with a genius solution for doing future watch-alongs, by the way. I put my one on mute. How was dinner?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was okay, Panafox. I just had pasta. I made some pasta, and then I got on with the phone call bullshit. But you know, not going to talk about the phone call bullshit. Not on live stream.
No.
I turn the lights off in here so that basically all the bugs would go to the bug zapper instead of like trying to eat me.
There's a countdown for how long the videos play, so I could basically just tell you like when the thing is gonna start playing again if we do the watch along. Then it's back.
How many? So at least 30. It could be more. Any idea who attacked the shuttle? Didn't exactly have time to get a good look. The energy readings we got from the other side of that moon could come from the helix. There's a wall around 5 meters high. Looks like it surrounds this entire building. I see something that might be a guard tower, but I can't be sure. Any people? Yes. Yes, you're on the lawn. You think you're all right? Where are we here? Why are any?
Oh, it's the Suliban one.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Major. Thanks, sit down. I can understand why you're upset about you having a difficult afternoon. To say the least. I meant to speak to you earlier, but I had some urgent business to attend to. I apologize. We don't see much starship captains here. Jonathan Archer. That's right. We must be Travis' neighbor. And you are? I'm Colonel Bratt. I take it you're the man in charge. I took the liberty to examine the database in your shuttlecraft. So I know that you're from a planet called Earth and that you serve on a vessel called Enterprise. What I don't know is what you were doing within our military zone. Military zone?
Looks like Panafox.
Of our second move. You must have detected it. We picked up some unusual energy readings, but we had no idea where they were coming from. We were simply curious. Your curiosity almost got you killed. Fortunately, our patrol ship didn't vaporise your shuttlecraft. You might think about putting up a no trespass. That's wrong. Where are we now? This is a detention complex. It's several light years from where we found you. Does everyone that violates your territory get thrown into a place like this? We're at war with a species that can mimic the appearance of almost any humanoid. We had to make certain that you weren't infiltrators. If you were with Suliban's, trust me, we're not. I know. We've already tested your DNA. You're familiar with the cabal? Unfortunately. And you must know about their genetic enhancements and how dangerous they can be. Firsthand. I hope you didn't suffer too many casualties. We've been healthy so far. We're eager to get back to Enterprise. If you'll take us to our shuttle pod, we'll be on our way. I'm afraid I don't have the authority to release you. We have very strict regulations. You'll have to appear before a magistrate on Tandor Prime. But the hearing should be brief. I'll explain that this was just an innocent misunderstanding. When's this hearing? A transport will be here in 3 days. 3 days? I wish I could offer you more comfortable accommodations. Unfortunately, this detention complex is overcrowded. I would advise you to keep to yourselves. If the Sunerbomb give you any trouble, simply tell one of the guards. I'd like to contact the ship. Let them know we're all right. I can't permit that, Captain. Regulations? But I will call them personally and explain the situation. Escort these gentlemen back to their quarters. Make sure they get a proper meal. I'm sorry we couldn't have met under better circumstances. So am I. Call this a proper meal? Should say for Commander Tucker. Make a good value. I'll take the first watch. This thing doesn't hold much. I'll be right back. How about waiting?
Why are you confused, Panafox?
Probably just doesn't know what's going on.
I can't believe you do this to a child. What? She's a little young to be a member of the cabal. You don't know what you're talking about. I know that you're giving genetic tricks as payment. What are they giving her? I don't know who you are, but you're. Is that so? We're not genetically enhanced, and we're not members of the cabal. If that's true, then what are you doing here? Didn't Colonel Pratt tell you? We're dangerous. All Sunerbomb are dangerous. It's past curfew. We're just on our way back. Sorry, Danik. It's the second time this week. Clef. It's only for one night. It's my fault. I'm the one who get them here.
Panafox is a watch along. You're supposed to
Isolation.
watch along
What's that say?
your own copy.
You make sure she gets them back. I'll see you in the morning. Don't worry.
It's going through 2 computers right now.
Yeah. So, are you able to hear the audio clearly, like from your end?
I mean, I can hear when they're talking. I can hear that, but
Okay.
when the music's playing, it basically it cuts off because it's background noise.
Yeah. Okay, that's kind of what I figured.
But if it's going through my computer as well, then it's going to be even more fragmented.
Yeah, found a way to get a mic or something, I guess.
Hmm.
Stuff to think about for the future.
I have. Well, is it coming back?
Yeah, come back.
Okay.
I'd like to speak with.
I'm sorry, the regulations forbid that. There's nothing to be concerned about. They can go to some comfortable quarters and they're perfectly safe. It's all the same. You'd rather hear that from the captain. I'm afraid that's not possible.
May we attend the hearing?
Of course.
Will they be given legal representation?
They're also free to choose their own counsel. When you arrive at Pandar Prime, you'll be contacted by the Central Magistrate's office.
We'll need the coordinates.
I'm sending them now.
Thank you, Colonel.
Good luck to you.
I can't trace the signal. We must have scrambled the carrier away.
Japan.
Not the
What are you
carrier
suggesting
away.
we do? Mount a rescue?
The thought crossed my mind.
It would be a mistake to provoke the 10 Mountains any further.
So we just sit on our hands.
The hearing's in 3 days.
And what if they're found guilty? Sentenced to 30 years in prison.
That's unlikely. If you want to explore alien cultures, you'll need to learn to respect their laws. Captain Archer here. I'm sure he'd agree.
No, he probably just like flip out and call you like some racist Vulcan man.
Man, they might be willing to send an arbitrator.
A Vulcan lawyer. You'd be better off getting me.
So are the 10 yards and the Silicon at war?
I think so.
Send a question, Kendra.
It's kind of an internment camp. It's kind of an internment.
How long?
What?
No, what were you saying?
I said it's kind of an internment camp. You know, like the whole thing that they did to the Japanese people in America
Oh, yeah.
during World War II.
Internment camp. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
The whole isolation wasn't too rough. It gets very cold in there at night. Sometimes I wish I was genetically enhanced. If you come to apologize, don't. It was just a misunderstanding. Actually, I was hoping to find out what's going on around here. Maybe you should talk to one of the Tandarians. I spoke to Colonel Grant, but I get the feeling he's not telling me the whole story. My name is John.
More?
I've had plenty, thank you. It was very good.
You look like Ken Dorrance.
Why don't you go and find your friends? And don't forget curfew.
I won't.
At least we don't have like green scary things.
Dang.
We're not soldiers.
Yeah. I mean, its skin has kind of the complexion of a sponge.
Well, it's more like it's pebble dash.
As far as they're concerned, that doesn't mean anything. You guys remember the Cabal, didn't you? Didn't you? Yes, I did. All that seems to matter is the way we look. Be careful of their wicked smiles, their shining yellow eyes. At night they'll squeeze right through your door, and everybody dies. And our children used to tease my daughter with that nursery rhyme. At least here, she doesn't have to hear it anymore. This is an internment camp. Detention complex 26. I've heard it's one of their nicer ones. Why did this happen? Cabal began their attacks 8 years ago. It wasn't long before the Narn started to question the loyalty of all Suliban living in their territory. We were rounded up, relocated, as they like to say. They told us it was only temporary. It was safety.
Mm-hmm.
Once the Cabal has been destroyed, you will be free to go back to your homes. We're still waiting. There are 89 of us here, thousands more in other camps. Every one of us used to be citizens on worlds in the Tandar sector. Did you know that I was born in the same town as one of the guards, Major Clem? I was friends with his brother when we were growing up. What about the government on the Suliban? Don't they have something to say about this? I'm sure they would if they still existed. Our home world became uninhabitable 300 years ago. Most Suliban are nomadic, but some of us have assimilated into other cultures. My grandfather made the unfortunate decision to settle on Tandar Prime. Yes. What are they doing? It's all right. I asked them. This came today. What species are you? We're human. Never heard of them. Sajin, you're being rude.
I really haven't heard of them.
It's my wife. We were separated during the relocation. She's in one of the other camps. Her transfer was rejected again. She tried to appeal their decision. But as usual, they wouldn't listen. I'm sorry. Midday inspection. Try to look your best. Thank you for lunch. Thank you for listening. Why'd you point at me? Maybe I was tired of talking to you. Work, perhaps. Hey, Colonel Black wants to see you. Just him.
So much tension here. Oh my gosh.
Well, this is just crazy anyway. They wouldn't be acting like this even if it was an internment camp.
Yeah.
It was just a misunderstanding. You should have taken my advice, Captain. I know. It's a big problem with me. Just too damn curious. Whenever I meet new people, I can't resist trying to get to know them. I'm certainly getting to know a lot about Suliban. I admire your spirit of exploration, but in this case, it could get you into trouble. Keep to yourself. I'll do my best. Unless you have any more advice, no. But
So much freaking touch.
I do have a question. Have you ever been to Oklahoma? Say, I'm a curious man myself. After you mentioned that you were familiar with the Cabal, I decided to speak with our intelligence agents. They've uncovered some interesting facts. Apparently, 2 Suliban soldiers crash landed near a town called Broken Bow, Oklahoma. They were chasing a plane off. I was wondering if you could provide some insight into what they were doing. I wouldn't know. You'd have to talk to my superiors. Oh, a great deal. Enterprise took the plane on back to his home. Isn't that right?
Mm.
Rigel 10. We made a detour there. From what I'm told, we contacted a woman named Sharon. You remember her? Well, I'll remind you. She was the head of a Suliban resistance. She was killed by the Cabal in a firefight at the trade complex. Several of our people saw you there, Captain. I believe you were injured, shot in the leg. Go ahead and ask your superiors about it as well. What exactly do you want? Information. What do you know about the Cabal? What genetic enhancements you've seen? Helix deployments. Who's getting them? You've got plenty of Suliban here. Why not ask them? We both know they wouldn't be very happy. And why are they in prison? That's a discussion for another time. There are families here, children. One man hasn't seen his. Just tell me what you know. They don't deserve this kind of treatment. They're here for their own protection. Oh, really? The last thing we wanted to do was build these detention centers, but we had no choice. When the Cabal began their activities, there was a great deal of fear among the Chingarans. There were instant violence. 14 innocent Suliban were killed in the morning. We had to find a way to keep. And why not just let them find another place to live? They wouldn't get very far. It's ironic that once they're out of Tandaran territory, the Cabal will hunt them down and turn them all into soldiers. They're better off here. I've met a few Suliban who disagree. One of the Cabal leaders is a man named Silk. He infiltrated your vessel approximately 3 months ago, posing as a pilgrim. What did he want? Did he speak of the temporal code? Answer me! This conversation is taking longer than expected. I hate to see you miss that transport tomorrow morning. The next one won't arrive for another 60 days.
So much judgment.
Ever.
Yep.
Have you ever heard of a show called Quantum Leap?
A what?
Have you ever heard of a show called Quantum Leap?
Quantum Leap, no.
Oh, well, it stars Scott Bakula, Archer, and it also stars his assistant, that guy that is the leader of the detention camp. It's really old. It's like from the 80s, from the mid 80s or early 80s.
Yeah, sounds. What's it about?
It's about a guy who basically jumps through time, trying to get home, and he basically he inhabits people's bodies from different time periods.
Sounds interesting.
Some of them are pretty good, but most of the time they're kind of just stupid. But no, that's how Scott Bakula got like famous.
I'm afraid the hearing's been postponed.
Why?
The magistrate assigned to their case is in the middle of a very complex proceeding, and it's taking more time than we expect. How much longer are they going to have to wait?
He's got terrible diarrhea.
You just pretend they're fine. I'll arrange for an ambassador to show you our capital city when you arrive.
I mean, it's really bad. It's explosive.
People back. I'm doing everything. Try to be patient. We'll hear from you soon. I'll isolate to the carrier frequency. See it?
I'm tracing it now. Bearing 178 Mark 12.
How far? 5.2 light years. All I'm saying is we go take a look for ourselves, make sure they're okay.
Proceed.
Most of the people we meet have been pretty eager to know people. We've had our share of unfortunate encounters. I guess you could say this is one of them. I've been with 10 guys all my life. They're decent people. Most part. What about you? Before you ended up here? I was director of research at an engineering institute in the Kerala province. You should see it. Assuming you're hearing good. I've got a feeling you could be here for a while. Why not tell Grant what you know? Get yourself out of here. All right. A strong arm. And I don't like what he's doing to you and the others. Has anyone ever tried to get out of here? You mean escape?
No, I mean fly.
Go through that. Right up in one of the security grates. Tried to get to the docking bay. Docking bay? It's about 100 meters away. It's where they keep
It's a place where ships land.
What happened? Oh, they managed to get inside. But before they could reach a vessel, all three of them were killed. Colonel Grant made a ridiculous claim that they were armed. They might have succeeded with a little help.
They might have been armed. You don't know.
It won't be long before our Enterprise comes looking for Mayweather. I appreciate the offer, Captain. And I doubt many people here would be willing to take the risk. Let me ask them. My ships are in that time. Sure. Could be valuable someday. We'll want to know what happened. I doubt anyone will ever read this. And where are you writing? Why do you care? I see how you look at us. Still about terrifying you. You wouldn't be surprised if I slithered up this wall or turned my face inside out. Wow. Sullivan. It's all the second to you. That's not true.
You certainly sound the same though.
What took you so long?
Are you alright?
More or less.
We're picking up Sullivan bioside.
It's not what you think. Are you sure this is a secure frequency?
I'm translating the signal, sir. If we were in the middle of starting to help with us.
Good. Where are you?
In orbit. It won't be long before we're detected.
Get it. It's working lock on you now, Captain. Say the word, we'll bring it off home. Hang on, Trip. We're not ready to leave just yet. I'll soon find you detected and we're prisoners too. But they're no more guilty. I want to help them get out of here.
Captain.
Have you ever heard of Manzanar, some commander?
I'm not familiar with that planet.
It's not a planet. It was an internment camp on Earth during the Second World War.
Ugh.
Japanese American citizen prison, even though they didn't do anything wrong. Same thing's happening here.
I thought you decided not to interfere with other cultures.
In this case, I'm making. Understood?
Yes, Captain.
I met a Sullivan who knows this convincing. We've been working on a plan. We're going to need your help. We'll need a few of your people. Anyone who's had experience with particle weapons. We won't make it 10 meters outside the complex before we're shot, like the others. And even if we did get to the ships and manage to lift off, there are patrol vessels in the area.
Or you could just like get the Enterprise to beam everybody up.
And once we've made this miraculous escape,
Yeah.
where do you expect us to go?
It's only 87 people.
All we have to do is get into Darn territory.
No problem.
After that,
I know, right? It's like
push for the Nibber and
he's like, we're not ready to go yet. It's like Travis is standing right there. He's like, I am.
in prison. Replacing a lot of trusted people you've only known for 3 years. For all we know, they've been planted here to stage this revolt. So Grant would finally have a reason to kill all of us. We're not looking for the Think of your daughter. We're going to the Skyline too. We're going to get out of here, Sage. I'm not going to help you plan our suicide. I hope the others were more enthusiastic. This is the world that I was told leaders for the time. Have you had a chance to reconsider?
No.
A compromise, guy. Just tell me what you know about Silk.
I know nothing. You can't make me say anything.
It's about this tall, little on the scrawny side, bad teeth. If you're unwilling to discuss the Suliban, maybe you could help with this.
Well, I just told you the description.
Things last night. At first, we thought it was random interference, but after examining the reading closely, we discovered they were coming from lower quarters.
You examine random interference? How bored must you be? Seriously?
I'm told they're working perfectly. Sorry.
Oh no!
Yes, but he wouldn't say how it got.
It fell from space?
I was hoping you could tell me.
It fell from space.
Taken to isolation.
It really did fall from space.
And now he's just threatening him with the giant electrified metal rod.
I'm telling you, it fell from space. That's how it works.
I should be able to evade the proximity sensors.
This appears to be a pulse cat.
It'll be my first target.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Well,
Hey, Jeff.
What's your status?
finishing as we speak. No, I'm not repeating it.
It's almost time.
Understood.
It's Captain Archer. Put him through. Go ahead, Captain.
You seem to be off course. I thought you were headed for Tandar Prime.
You don't get
What
that.
brings you here?
Where's Captain Archer?
If you're thinking about trying the system, I advise against it.
Give it,
Come any closer to our planet, and my patrol ships will open fire.
give it, we're bigger. We have better guns.
Hurry it, old.
Wow. Hey, Jeff, we are watching Enterprise Season 1, Episode 21.
It's really short, Dad.
Okay.
But yeah, just like
Great contribution. It's like, yeah.
it's whatever.
Have you seen him? We might try isolation. Still think we're working with the Tandarans?
Yeah.
We could have left this place a long time ago if we hadn't decided to help you. I never asked for your help. Why? Because we're not Suliban? Because we look a little too much like Tandarans?
Because I'm a
I'll
fish
admit,
bag.
when I first came here, it wasn't easy to see past my preconceptions about Suliban. But I did. Why can't you?
Because I am Suliban. That'd actually be a very good twist.
You're being hailed. It's him.
Check your sensors and you'll see 2 patrol ships headed towards you.
We didn't come here to fight.
Puny
We came to
shit.
talk.
They'll have a weapons lock on your vessel. Bless.
You read me, Colonel.
What?
Our chef is preparing a meal. Nobody is ready for a vegetarian. I was hoping you'd join me for dinner. It would give us an opportunity to get acquainted.
You have 45 seconds to leave orbit.
I can't believe you're really going to destroy our vessel over a trivial incident like this. I can tell you're a man. All I'm asking for is a chance to show you that we're enlightened. Well, we're transmitting a copy of Earth's historical database, along with the Starfleet Charter, and a record of all human contact with alien species. If you have any doubts, tensions, this material should lay them to rest. Send them to both the database as well. I think you'll find that Mike will have a great time with him too.
You're jamming our signals.
What about dinner? Should I set up? Mr. Tucker.
That was quite clever, but she also lied again. Again!
This patrol.
Yeah.
Get us out of here.
Well,
Yes? I understand you're looking for a way out of here. Who are you? Don't you recognize me, Travis? Malcolm? In the flesh. Yeah, what's the idea? What happened? Long story. How'd you get down here? Transporter. I think I'm finally getting used to it. Are you sure you weren't detected? I know she kept the senses occupied. Congratulations, Ensign. Your case is about to be dismissed.
wait.
The isolation plug is here. He's in one of these cells. I'll find him. The charges, they're in place. You up for this? At the inspection, I thought you said it was 15 minutes. Liberty. See you in orbit. Good luck. That's a bunch of that.
We're 200,000 kilometers away.
I'm gonna need you to speak.
We'll do that. Here they come. Polarize the hull plating. Stand by weapon. Have torpedoes. Fire. Two direct hits, they're very close. Take us down. Did they follow us? They both attempted to land. You're clear to launch, Commander.
Acknowledged. Go ahead.
He's approaching the compound. 2 minutes.
If this happens again, I'll be spending time. Major, you have to tell me. I don't mean to cause any trouble, but I was wondering what's in the food. No offense, but the meals here ain't what you're given. I'll try, but I'm not sure I can. What do you call it? Tastes like saga. Is that what they make you? Because if it is, I think about going on a hungry. I don't know how you know. Almost done. That's it. Stand by.
Action!
Pistols.
Space pistols.
The drama.
Panfil says, I was enjoying the light off. Why?
My father's back at the common area. He needs help. Please.
No. I like that. When he needs help, please. It's like, what do you think all of this is?
This is about my rights. It's about theirs. They have no rights. They lost in the moment to come up against. You know people that have all murdered colonies, destroyed colonies. You just gave them 89. You think they'll join the cabal? These people have no. And what? They're just. I'll never be able to resist what the cabal is. But I seem to know these people a hell of a lot better than you do.
We should watch Bear Bears one day. I'm up for that.
Oxford Enterprise.
Go ahead, Captain.
We're on our way. Where are those patrol ships?
They won't pose a threat.
And the Solvon?
Their vessels will break in orbit.
Good work. We'll see you. Tell the doctor to meet us in sick bay. My skin is really starting to itch.
I'll let him know.
That's not prosthetic. Like, he basically screwed up his skin.
Yeah.
Space.
That's the implication, anyway.
Yes. I think
Just-
it'll be all right.
Just pebble dashed his skin. What if that's what they did? They literally just put some glue on and then just put some sand over it.
Yeah.
My skin's red, starting to itch. It's so annoying around my eye. Oh, it's at the end. Yeah, that's the end. Gotcha. I just whacked a teeny mosquito. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was kind of a meh episode. It wasn't like super exciting until the very end, but it's still kind of nice. what I really don't like about Enterprise is that basically, although we get to see a couple of alien species that we see later on and stuff, none of these species like turn up again.
Right.
Like in the original series and all
what
that
was
stuff.
The Wraiths?
The Wraith. Oh yeah. Yeah, they don't.
Do they ever show up again? Because yeah, it doesn't seem like they're like a species that would like make an appearance often.
Well, no, they're on one rogue planet.
Yeah. Like a space slug, basically turn into anything
If you want,
they can read about you or something.
Well, I got rid of the latexy smell in here, but still, it's still kind of a little bit rubbery. It's not as bad. It was super latexy in here. It's weird. Yeah, Panafox says we should watch Bear Bears one day. I would like to watch Bear Bears. I haven't got it though.
Bear Bears.
Yeah. I haven't got it though, so I can't watch it yet.
I've never seen that series, have you?
Nope.
It's like, yeah, there's a, I don't know, Panda Fox. Does it have like a, like what's it about? I know it's like about like bears like hanging out or stuff, but I don't know what it's actually about.
I think it's just like the living situation of three bears.
Oh, okay.
Is it available anywhere, Panda Fox? Like for free?
Like streaming or like something else?
Hell, even a good YouTube copy would be nice. That's basically what you just said. Yeah, I thought so. It does sound like it, from what I've heard. It's on Hulu. Yay! I don't have Hulu.
Well,
how much is Hulu? I don't know. Oh, now I've got moths after me. Great.
yeah, but yeah, that's I'm thinking about watching that series, Star versus the Forces of Evil. I don't know what else.
Did you just yawn?
No.
Gravity Falls. I've seen Gravity Falls. It's one of those things that you kind of just want to see once, to be honest. You know, it's kind of.
I've actually never watched Gravity Falls. Like I don't know. It's because that kind of came out like around the same time Steven Universe came out. It's like it's not really a that I just seriously got into. Like I think I tried to watch one episode and I was like, it doesn't really interest me much.
Did you call that number to report that guy, Tubbs? Not yet, Jeff. I'm gonna give him a chance. Just fuck off.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll get bored and bugger off.
Yeah. I can't watch Star versus the Forces of Evil. It's too random. Yeah, I know what you mean about that. I do know what you mean. There's like it's like that. Is it that Tim and Eric Awesome Show thing? I tried watching that.
God, yeah, that's just freaking ridiculous stuff.
I tried watching that with Patch, and it was just like,
yeah. Yeah, I felt the same way about Adventure Time. I mean, like with Adventure Time, I love the backstory. I love like the whole lore that they have going on, but it's just like it's way too doofy. It's way too derpy. I can't.
It's like you're supposed to take this seriously, but not that seriously. You know? We're supposed to take this plot point seriously, but not that plot point seriously. What are we supposed to focus on here, guys? Seriously, Jesus. Do we even care, honestly?
Do you have a point?
Yeah, that's basically it. That's the whole thing. Yeah. It's like you can't take it as just like random mindless fun.
Yeah.
Because they take certain things kind of seriously. Plus, they killed an entire village of pigs.
Mm.
In Adventure Time, they kill an entire village of pigs.
That's kind of bad.
By blowing them up, like literally inflating them to death.
My gosh.
I know, right?
Oh yeah. So you're talking about just like with the ice cream and stuff, and
I don't know what happened. I'm still confused. When they introduced Vampire King, those pigs were evil. That pigs can't be evil. They're little pigs. I'm not buying it, okay? I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I think that was the whole premise of that particular episode, is that they like found some random stuff, and these pigs came in and they wanted to, I don't know. I'm not sure what was really going on with the pigs. I think they wanted to, like, I don't know. At first, I think they started off all innocent, and then, like, they got a hold of, like, the wands or something, and they started, like, going off. Or, I don't know.
So they all deserve to die. A race of intelligent, cute little piggies. Yeah, that sounds like a hero. But to me, that's totally a hero I want to follow.
Yeah.
And try to lift whatever cursed bullshit is happening. You know, just kill them all. Whatever.
There are a few episodes that did like that. There's did you happen to catch the zombie candy episodes, like those ones?
I literally only saw 2 episodes of it.
Because there's this one really great episode where like basically the whole freaking kingdom was like turned into zombies, and like eventually it got down to spoilers, but it goes down to the candy corn mouse, and the candy corn mouse basically figured out the antidote to turn everybody back to normal. So
Still sounds dumb.
yeah. Yeah, Panda Fox, Uncle Grandpa is stupid. Uncle Grandpa is the equivalent of SpongeBob SquarePants.
I actually know somebody who's really into SpongeBob still. I was like, oh god. I admit that there are comedy gems in there, but I don't want to go through all the bullshit. I can't stand it. He's too irritating. Yep. You know, if I just watched like a compilation of all the funny parts of SpongeBob, then that'd be great. But I can't deal with the setup for all of the jokes. It's and it's too unrealistic. I know it's SpongeBob, and that's the point, but it's way too crazy. You know. I mean, I think I was at when the first time that they ever like lit a match underwater. Oh, and when they had a raging rapids underwater, and it's like they're talking about stream, and it's like, yeah, but upstream it gets really rough, and they kind of point over to these raging rapids, and I was just like, well, actually that does look a bit dangerous. Wait a minute, are they underwater? What the fuck? You know, underwater rivers actually exist, but they don't look like that. You know? It's,
Yeah.
Oh. Painful. Just all of it painful for the
Well,
science.
it's like there are just some things you can't even like shows that you can't really apply logic to. It's just like you have to just kind of go with it.
No, I get that. I get that.
Those are kind of the shows that are like just like you either get it or you don't. You like, yeah.
I kind of like this. The level of silliness that is acceptable for me, I think, is just Zootopia. You know,
Zootopia.
Yeah, or Zootropolis if you're in the UK. Zootopia is just like they're all animals. This society can't really work, but it is working, and they kind of explain it. They don't explain how it began, which is annoying, but but I can deal with that. That's okay. You know, that's the level of silliness that is just right for me. You know, anything above or below that is just kind of like either they're not trying hard enough, or basically they are trying way too hard. It's just to be random, you know.
Random.
But yeah. I agree, Tubbs. I'm not a fan of SpongeBob. Yeah. Shocking. Jeffrey agrees with me about SpongeBob. Oh, I've lost where I was going. Oh, Futurama is another one. It's like I kind of can get, you know, that level of silliness because they make fun of it. They make fun of it all the time. You ever seen The Road to El Dorado? I actually did like that. I've been trying to look for like a copy of it in the, you know, the bargain buckets at the store and stuff, because I really like that. It's like one of those other. It's one of those underrated movies. Like and it's not just because they're set in the same kind of place, but The Emperor's New Groove. Fucking love that movie. It's one of my favorites.
That is a great movie.
Just
I can watch that like over again and not really get tired of it.
Yeah, me too. I just love all of the comedy. Just great. Just the whole I love the Shoulder Angels and the Shoulder Devil. I love them so much. Just the whole, yeah. He's just trying to lead you down the path of righteousness. I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks. First of all, number one, it's like, just look at that sissy dress thing he's wearing. It's like, it's a robe. It's like,
no, I like the whole. Wait, you guys fell down the cliff. How did you get here before we did?
And she's like, how did we do it? And he pulls out a map, and he's like, the map that we've just been looking at, basically. And it's like, yeah, by all accounts, it really doesn't make sense. Well, again, going back to the Shoulder Angels thing, it's like, number two, look what I can do. And he does a handstand. And Kronk's like, I don't see how this has anything to do with. And the Angel's like, no. It's got a point. Eduardo and Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas. I kind of, I like the visuals of Sinbad. I just don't give a it kind of didn't. It didn't hold my attention. That wasn't enough to hold my attention. The storyline was a bit shit. Yeah, yeah, it was plain bad. The storyline was just plain bad, and it was incredibly predictable. So yeah, it was just like, and then like a couple of years after I saw that film, it was like oh, Brad Pitt did the voice. Oh, that's nice. Like somebody was talking to me about it and saying how good it was, and they were like, "But Brad Pitt did the voice," and I was like, "So."
But Brad Pitt.
Okay. Brad Pitt.
Yeah, and
I love pirates and 3D models they use. I love pirates. Okay. That's what I mean. The visuals, they were good. I'm not flaunting. I'm not saying that it was an unpretty movie. It was just that that pretty don't make good all the time.
did you see Road to El Dorado?
Yeah, I said that I did. I liked it. It's like
Yeah.
I said that it's basically it's one of the underrated movies.
It is. I really love the soundtrack. Elton John.
Well, he kind of did a bunch of soundtracks during that era, though. It was kind of one of those things of like, you know, and who should do the soundtrack? And then, oh well, Elton John, of course.
Elton John. He's kind of like the Danny Elfman of that era, basically.
He even did the soundtrack to The Emperor's New Groove. Him and Sting, which is quite funny. It's like, why him and Sting? What's the connection?
Sting.
I don't get it. I met Elton John. Oh no! It wasn't Elton John that did the voice. It was the other guy, the one I'm actually thinking of, the really nice Welsh guy. Tom Jones.
Tom
Jones, yeah. I'm playing the Emperor's New Groove's music in my head now. It's quite funny.
I'm playing the Troll Boys.
Sorry, it's just. I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's Groove.
Sorry. You threw off the groove.
Yeah.
Just throw off this groove.
Just a big brute with the very posh English accent, just brilliant. I'm sorry, but you threw off the Emperor's Groove.
That was the only thing I liked David Spade in, I think.
I don't know. I actually don't mind that that series that they're all in.
Yeah.
What is that series that they're all in?
Which one? You mean?
Actually, yeah, I didn't mind that. The oh fuck, when they're all in a bed together in the title sequence. Probably Rules of Engagement. Sounds right. I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, I really liked Rules of Engagement. I thought it was pretty good. I don't mind him. I kind of feel like he's like he doesn't pick the right project. Grown Ups, that's the movie. I'm talking about the series that he's in. Yeah, also he's in Grown Ups, and I don't like Grown Ups because it's just stupid.
Yeah, Grown Ups was a stupid thing.
Adam Sandler. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something particular now, and it's just gone out of my brain head. My mind head. Shut up. My mind head. Oh, fuck. No, I'm just trying to think of, there's like another one. I really like Atlantis. I think Atlantis is pretty cool. I'm trying to think of other animated movies and shit that I like. That are kind of like gems, hidden gems, but I'm just trying to think.
Gems? Hidden gems?
No, I'm just saying that, you know, the hidden gems of the animation world and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Over the Hedge was awesome. Okay.
Let's see.
I kind of thought that was like it's not bad.
Have you seen what's that one? There was an animated series with Elijah Wood. That's one of the voice actors.
Oh, the owl thing, The Last Guardians or something.
No, not that.
But he was an owl.
It was an owl.
He was an owl.
Oh yeah, The Last Guardians.
That was
The
bullshit.
Guardians of Gahul.
It was like
I read the book for that. That was, I mean, I like the books.
yeah, but it's just I find it really hard to relate to birds.
Yeah.
It's just like I admire the story, but why can't it be like anything but birds?
Well, yeah.
I mean, unless they're giant owls, it's less awesome when you find out that they're just regular sized owls. It's just like, like is this just their world that they're in that we don't see?
No.
Is this just happening? Yeah. Like they never, yeah.
What I was hold on, I'm gonna look it up real quick because I love that series. I'm trying to pick the name down. I can't. Nothing. It was I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. It's like a really indie animated series.
I actually like Elijah Wood. Apparently, he's a really funny guy. But I don't know why he just picks such unlikable characters. So because
for the garden,
they're just annoying characters, you know. They're not like evil characters or anything. They're not bastards. Right. They're just that whatever he seems to play, it's just like it's just so annoying.
But
we're not in the Shire anymore, Sam. It's like, no, you're fucking not. That's the point of the movie. You know? Get on with it. It's, Everything's illuminated. He was in a film called Everything's Illuminated. And he's such a whiny little shit. I just oh. And he did a voice on American Dad, and he was just crazy.
Yeah.
He was just a crazy person, and he was just so funny, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, he's funny. I mean, he's a great. I mean, I love his style stuff. I don't know.
I feel that Fantastic Mr. Fox was underrated. I kind of only saw it like once or twice, I think. I don't think I saw it that much. I just kind of.
But did you catch Over the Garden Wall?
Over the Garden Wall. What's that?
Yeah, it was series that was on Cartoon Network.
I don't watch much TV. That's the problem.
What's a good one? But yeah, it starred him, and it was just like basically him and brother. I think his brother's adventures in like a forest, and it was kind of random, but in a good way. It was just like, you know.
What's that new Dog Island or whatever it's called? Is that?
Yeah, Dog Island.
Is that a Wes Craven film? I can't remember.
I think it is.
Yeah, because it has all of his favorite voice actors. Well, voice actors, same thing.
Yeah.
In it, but that's dogs.
Yeah,
I actually wanted to see that.
Isle of Dogs. That's the name of it.
Isle of Dogs, right? Yeah. Well, no, just Panafox mentioned Fantastic Mr. Fox, and it's like that's another one where it's like, oh, when you're a child in the UK, for some reason, this story, the story of Fantastic Mr. Fox, is like the first book report ever that all children in the UK seem to have to do. So I already know the story to death. So it was all about how it's presented and stuff like that. I kind of like the whole I kind of like the whole Ocean's 11 kind of feel to it, but at the same time it was kind of like I kind of don't know how to feel about it. I want to like it, but there's something about it that just that kind of winds me up. And yeah, it's nothing to do with the film. It's nothing to do with the film. It's literally because it's probably just because I heard this story so many times already.
Yeah.
Also, the real story is actually way grimmer than what happens in the thing.
Yeah, what you mean?
Like seriously, way grimmer.
I in particular like the Grand Budapest Hotel from Wes Craven.
Like seriously, fuck those guys. Fuck the farmers.
Or Wes Anderson. I mean, Wes Anderson.
No, I'm just saying that, you know, that story is so grim that yeah, you just kind of feel like you know, yeah, seriously, murder the farmers, like deliberately murder them to death. Well, no, read the book. It's not horrible. Shit gets real. Shit gets real fast in that book.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
It's like fucking Watership Down. Jesus. But no, I really want to see Isle of Dogs because it's basically this. It looks really interesting. But
Isle of Dogs looks cute. I want to see it.
But Panafox is boring.
Voice actors for that are Scarlett Johansson, Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum, Edward Norton, Bryan Cranston, Tilda Swinton, and Bob Balaban.
Yeah, see, basically all of the people that Wes Craven works. Like puts in all of these things.
Schreiber in it too.
I'm surprised Jude Law isn't in there somewhere as well.
Yoko Ono.
Oh my god. Yeah, but you said it about the Grand Budapest Hotel earlier, and I was like, yeah, I actually really love that film.
I love that film. That was a great film.
And I had no idea that Tilda Swinton was in that film until the very end. I was like, Tilda Swinton was in this? Who the fuck was she? Where was she? I didn't realize. And then it actually, you know, it did, because it did like a credits thing, and then it did like everybody kind of like, you know, on screen for a little bit under their name and everything. And I was like, holy fuck! It was the older one from the beginning. Jeez, that was Tilda Swinton. Jesus Christ, she's so good. I fucking love Tilda Swinton. I think Tilda Swinton is awesome. She should have been the first female Doctor.
Tilda Swinton. She's seriously one of my favorite actresses ever.
She should have been the first female Doctor. I was really bummed when the other woman got it.
And you know, she identifies as queer, basically.
No, she doesn't. She's queer gendered. That's what she said. She doesn't see it as a thing.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I get it.
Which is kind kind of cool. It's like you know, she's comfortable with the way she is, and you know, it's like she doesn't really care what anybody else has to say.
Oh,
it's like
she was awesome in Constantine.
yes,
She's like my
Gabriel.
favorite depiction of Gabriel ever. So fucking good in Constantine. Just
Yes.
an insane angel. It's like perfect. It's perfect for her. You know, it's weirdly perfect. It's weird. It's so weird because it's like she plays that role so well that you actually really do identify with what she's saying. And you kind of feel a bit bad about it when she gets defeated. But at the same time, it's just so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the end of that. I love the end of that movie so much. Oh, it's just so good. The whole thing when she's like, she can't read people anymore. So she's like, do you want to kill me? Is that what you're thinking right now? And then she picks up a gun and just raises it out, angelically raises it out of the water. Become the instrument of God. Send me to my dear. She's so happy because when she goes back into heaven, she gets to be an angel again. So it's like,
yeah. Pretty much.
She can't kill herself because that's a sin. She'll go to hell. And it's like, it's just so clever. Just the way that's all played. It's brilliant.
And Fox mentioned Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
I like it. I do. But I kind of grew out of it.
Oh.
Well, no, it's just one of those films that basically I kind of watched it to death as a kid, you know.
Yeah.
I loved it for so long. And I used to really like Bob Hoskins as well. So
that's his name. I was trying to recall what his name was. Bob Hoskins. He was a good daddy bear.
Well, only one thing that I saw him in did I actually find him like kind of attractive. I've already talked about this. So basically, it's like he was in a TV miniseries, Journey to the Center of the Earth kind of TV series, and he played the classic adventurer guy with the hat and everything. But just like he had the kind of like the badger beard stripes and everything. And a big bushy beard, but with badger beard stripes, and it was just like, and he's quite stocky and stuff, and he was very attractive in that.
Yeah.
But basically, it was just like I kind of didn't see him as attractive in anything else because he's kind of. Didn't he play he played something really bad in a movie that I saw, and it was just like it kind of ruined him for me, you know. He was kind of a bastard in one of the movies.
Yeah. I think it was
a Jet Li film. It was a Jet Li film when Jet Li was trained as a dog.
Oh, yes. Something Unleashed.
Yes.
Was that that?
Yes.
Unleashed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a good film. But yeah, he did play like just the horrible bad guy in that one.
Yeah, well, basically that's it though. That's the problem. I kind of like Bob Hoskins until basically he played bad guys so well.
He saw that.
Yeah. It was just like I kind of don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
It's just a weird switch that got switched in my head. And yet he played such a nice he played one of the dwarfs in that horrible Snow White film.
What, Snow White and the Huntsman?
Yeah. It was basically him and Chris Hemsworth. I just kind of wish that they did something. But that was it. I didn't even know that was Bob Hoskins. Until basically until he passed away, and then basically somebody said that was one of his last roles, and I was like, he wasn't in Snow White and the Huntsman. But Damon actually really likes that movie, and I only like it for one thing. Well, now two things. Well, it was the cutest Santa Daddy Bear dwarf character, who I later found out was Bob Hoskins, and basically, well, Chris Hemsworth, because you know he's
some sort.
Pirate Angel Man. The Pirate Angel Man.
Pirate Angel Man.
I like that. No, you're just a guy. That's a man. Poor Star-Lord.
That's a man. Kind of Pirate Angel. He's basically like Trapdoor, basically. I'm
so completely still that I've become invisible. I loved all of that. That was great. He was in a movie called Heart Condition with Denzel Washington. That's when I started liking him. I think I know that movie. That's not? No, it's not. There is a movie, but I think it's a lot older than that. Where basically he's in a shower naked. It's the one that I keep seeing him on like Tumblr, pictures of him in the shower, kind of like mostly naked and stuff. And it's like, we get it. You like Bob Hoskins because every like twice per year it comes up on Tumblr, just in my Tumblr feed. Just I'll scroll past it, and it's like, there's the Bob Hoskins show.
Have you ever seen Cool World? Cool World? Yeah, Cool World?
No, but I've seen a review on it, and basically it looks painful.
Yeah, it did kind of, yeah. It didn't do well.
Is it strange that I loved anything that that had to do with the Muppets? I loved anything that had to do with anything. So basically, you liked all the Muppet movies and stuff. That's not strange. Lots of people like the Muppets. They like his hairy chest. And... like I said, I'm kind of over Bob Hoskins, you know. Literally, unless you got like Screen Grabs or basically like that TV movie thing of that, and potentially the dwarf character that he played, then like I'm not interested in him anymore. It's kind of sad. He was in another film, but I can't remember. He's in a lot of British cinema, obviously. I kind of really want to just see Unleashed now for some reason.
Unleashed was a good movie.
It was a surprisingly good movie. I was just thinking, it actually had like all of the it had a lot of good people in that.
Yeah, it really did.
And it made you feel stuff a lot. And I don't even like Jet Li, so it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I've had movies where it kind of like there were actors where like who I didn't really care about, but they were just like really great in this one movie. So yeah, I know what you mean.
The Wolfman was a good movie. Which one? Which Wolfman? You talking about the very latest one? Because basically it's just it was incredibly pretentious for its premise. And I know that sentence sounds incredibly pretentious too, but I don't care.
The Wolfman?
Yeah, I'm thinking he means the latest one, but I'm not entirely sure. The latest Wolfman. The more recent one, yeah. It's just like we're going to be very artsy and up with this like horror movie, and it's like you really don't have to be. It's very simple premise, guys. Guy turns into a wolf.
I didn't even hear about this.
Guy turns into a wolf. It's like the first werewolf story. That's supposed to be what it's about.
I've never even heard
Fucking
about this.
don't care about your Dutch angles, camera. Just get on with the actual thing. I love the gore mostly. Yeah. But did you notice all of like the random shots from like extreme close-ups of candles and stuff like that when you're supposed to look in the distance at the darkness, and it's just like, oh god, just shoot it regularly, please. Oh.
Running for your life from Shell.
You don't watch horror movies. Well, that's what.
No, I mean, I watched some horror movies. There are actually some horror movies I quite like. There was have you ever seen, what was, like, 13 Goats? I think that's the name of it, where, like, they're all trapped in, like, some sort of glass house or something like that, and like, there are, like, all these ghosts in this house with, like, really crazy interlocking doors and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, those shots were not. Yeah, see, Panafox, see why it's like it didn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that complicated. It's just like it's a horror movie. Just do the jump scare thing maybe once or twice, and then show some actual fear, and then do something frightening every now and again.
There was also I think it's called Ghost Ship or something like that. Yeah, Ghost Ship.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of that one?
yeah.
I really like the scene in that where there was the cord, and the cord snapped and just cut everybody's like head off or something. I don't know.
I get it that they're trying to basically be. Well, that's another case of a movie that's trying to be artsy fartsy and stuff like that. It would be just as horrifying if basically you just watched them all fall down all at once from a wide shot, except for maybe her. But no, they don't.
Well,
they go through every single person and how they're falling to bits in the background. It's like, oh.
I know what you mean, but like I do like movies that like take kind of creative liberties and like they actually try to make it interesting instead of just like everything is just like straightforward and to the point. But yeah, because like.
Oh my god, that was one of the first movies with Carl Urban in it. Sorry, just reminded me of that.
What?
That was one of the first movies with Carl Urban in it. He was Carl Urban was Bones in like one of the He was Dread. There you go, Dread. Carl Urban, I think his name is.
Yeah, Carl Urban.
Yeah. But no, he was in that. It's just like I remember seeing him in that, and because he's like really young and kind of like a little bit crazy. He's the guy that hurts his leg at the very beginning of the new people. You know, the new people when they find the ship and stuff.
Yeah. Another one, like it's not really horror. It's kind of like more comedy horror. But Cabin in the Woods, I love that movie. I loved like how they did that movie. I love how everything was just like kind of making fun of just like horror movie tropes and just I loved everything about that movie.
I would have really liked it too.
Yeah.
Fuck off with the stoner character already.
Fuck off with the stoner character.
Well, it's just that basically it was just like, okay, we're building some tension, and okay, I don't mind some comic relief, breaking up this tension. I get it. It'll be funny, just as long as it's not like, and it's that guy. Great. Yeah, there it is. Oh, and he's gonna have some drugs. Great. That's so funny. No one gives a shit. Off.
But it's still kind of like, that's just another horror movie trope, It's just like...
It's annoying. I get it. I get it. But it could have just been, like, established at the beginning. I would have been fine if it was just like, he did drugs at the beginning. He's the stoner guy. Yeah. That's it. That if they just stopped there with it, it would have been fine. but it's just like and I really wanted to like it because it's a Joss Whedon film, but and it had Chris Hemsworth in it. But it was just like every single time they could fit in a druggy joke, it was just like, oh, good. It just kind of kept winding me up. It's like, and we get in the background scenes of like the control room and stuff, and then they just instantly cut to him doing drugs, and it's like, oh. And spoilers, people, but it's just like, oh, they're gonna dive together, and it's gonna be great, and it's like, it's gonna be this whole thing, and they've got a joint, great. Fuck this movie.
Yeah, this is gonna be a very spoiler stream, but I think probably my favorite part, which is like whenever they went to the elevator and like they went to that like underground, they discovered like all the horrors that were like trapped underneath the cabin.
That's what I mean. If you basically made a cut for me where basically you just took out all of the druggy references, then I would be very, very, very super happy with that movie. Like, so happy with that movie. Sigourney Weaver was in that as well. I remember that being a thing and being like, oh, I like Sigourney Weaver. She's only in for this one scene, isn't she? Yep, there. And she's
only in this one scene. Yep. That's funny.
Sigourney Weaver was only in that movie, by the way, because she really wanted to work with Joss Whedon. And she found out that he was just a producer, and it was like, that's why she wasn't in it for a lot.
Yeah, so she was kind of just disappointed.
Well, no, she basically met him once, and that, when they did like a day of shooting on set, and that was it. I was like, oh.
Aww.
You know, yeah.
I also like the whole thing they did with the mermaid, like the guy who was betting on the mermaid. Yeah. I
kind of liked how. Well, that's what I mean. I did love I like horror movies, but only if they've got a good enough story. I'm not saying I'm like clever or anything, but there's been so many horror movies where I've been like really getting into it, and I figure everything out.
Yeah.
I'm just not surprised anymore, and I'm just like I'm more surprised that basically I've figured stuff out, and then that kind of distracts me from all of the good stuff.
Speaking of horror, did you ever? Because I know you watch video game playthroughs. Did you ever watch the playthrough of what was that one? The recent horror game that came out where you're playing as like one of the people who like all went to this cabin, and it was basically like a choose your own adventure type thing, right? What's the name of it? Oh, gosh, I can't. Horror game. Can't even pick up the name.
Until Dawn, says Wolfie. Oh, by the way, hi,
Until
Wolfie.
Dawn, yeah. Dawn. Thank you for that, Wolfie, by the way. Did you ever watch a playthrough of that?
Also, howdy. How long have you been here, Wolfie? Because I've noticed that the watching thing hasn't moved for a while.
I didn't even realize it was Wolfie whenever he said Until Dawn. Peter. Hey, Wolfie. We're just talking about like movies and genres and crap. We did a Let's Watch of Star Trek basically. So.
Oh, Resident Evil Biohazard. I already watched all of that. Like, yeah.
One of the problems that I have. Sorry, go ahead.
But yeah, Destiny Evil Biohazard was a good one. That's all I want to say. But what were you saying, Wolfie?
One of the problems that I had with Until Dawn is none of the people who went to the cabin were likable, and every playthrough I watched, I was cheering the killer. Until I figured out who the killer was, and then I still wanted everybody to die. A friend of mine was playing it, and he kept referring to the game as Camp Douchebag.
Camp Douchebag.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Not the characters really that likable. You didn't really cheer any of them on. Of course, if I ever played that game, because I would know, I hate horror games. I hate playing horror games because I can never if I play a horror game, basically I would have to take really long breaks for weeks in between my plays.
Well, you already know about my problem with trying to do a playthrough of anything. It's just that I don't care about the all the action stuff that I have to do. I just want to watch the story. So
yeah.
I mean, I don't mind playing a game if it's really good and everything. It's just that I won't be able to concentrate. I don't have the patience to concentrate on both. It'll be there'll be a cutscene, and I'll be like, "Ooh, okay, I'll watch the cutscene," and then it'll end with me having to do something. It's but I was getting into that. I wanted to just. It's like the Drake brothers games. The Help. Nathan Drake. I just remember his name. I don't remember what the games are called.
Something.
My brain keeps saying Far Cry, Far Cry. It's no, not that. It's the other one. It's the
Fortune something, or crap. I'm not thinking the brain.
Uncharted. Thank you so much, Panda.
That's it.
That was the other thing my brain was doing. It kept laying a map on a table, and I was like, why? Why? Right, it's a chart, and it's got nothing on it. Got it. My brain was playing charades. So annoying when it happens. But no, I really love the I really like those games. So actually, I actually used to play one of the first couple, and really like the cutscenes and stuff. But I used to get so frustrated whenever something interesting happened, and it's they're talking about it, but you have to walk around while you're talking about this thing. It's I'm just standing there listening to them talk, and the other guy or the other person is just walking around instead. And then they stop really unnaturally in the middle of their sentence and just look at you and say, "Are you coming?" It's so I was caught up in the story. It's really good. I want to just hear more. Can you just keep talking?
Just keep talking. I'm good.
I don't want to look for this door that we're supposed to find. I'm just listening. Jesus Christ. And that was before Let's Plays though were a big thing. So it was kind of I had to do that if I wanted to know the rest of the story. So but no, Uncharted is really good. Storylines in Uncharted are really good in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry. I forgot what we were talking about before. Oh, dude, the joy of creation story mode is pretty good. Okay.
How about like video game series that have just really convoluted storylines? I'm talking about Kingdom Hearts levels of convolution.
Well, it's just that it's the writing for those games.
Story behind Kingdom Hearts. It's basically there's just one evil dude who's been manipulating
I don't care.
all the games. His influence is spread through all the games, and he's basically planned it out so much so that his influence goes back into the past and then goes all the way forwards into the future as well. even into dreams. That's how convoluted the storyline of Kingdom Hearts is. But yeah.
Right. Palafox says the new God of War was good. I actually did I like all the story because it's basically very, very good I love mythology. So basically, and they seem to, in those games, be completely out there with the amount of technology that was available at the time, but I'm not going to go into that. But the storylines are actually really clever and really nice and fit with mythology so well that you totally believe that Kratos was a thing. You know, you kind of wish that it's like, well, I read about Kratos and none of this happened, but I totally believe it did. You know?
Yeah, I was kind of on board with that idea also, Tubbs, until the latest God of War.
I actually don't mind that though. I think that's kind of cool. I think if you played it all the way through, or you watched it all the way through.
Yeah, I've watched it all the way through.
I kind of love it. I don't know why. I just was like, I was right there with Jacksepticeye at the end of that. I was just like, you know.
I still haven't watched that game all the way through.
Yeah, that's why I'm not spoiling anything.
I don't care about spoilers.
Because it's really good. Well, but you might about this one. It's actually what I think is really good. Wolfie doesn't seem to. But I think it's really good. It basically is. It goes into a bit of Norse mythology that is kind of untouched. With the details, I mean, there's vague details, but it kind of fills in all of the details. It's actually, I really like it. Mario 3D adventure games, I love. Okay, we're getting into rabbits territory, you guys.
Yeah. Have either of you ever seen The Witcher?
Oh yes.
Because the what's the word? The only experience I have with The Witcher is just like The Witcher Wild Hunt, and just from that one alone, it makes me want to play the others. Just like how much lore and how much meat it has in it.
If you have some time to do it, get copies of the original books and read them.
Yes, that is very much what I want to do. I'd love to read the books because, like, I just love the story. It has a great world. It's amazing. It's like everything is just like built and designed, and just the way everything is.
I feel insulted. What happened, better folks? What happened? Panafox feels insulted. What happened?
I think it's something about your Rapids comments.
Well, no, it's just I just meant like story complexity wise. We're getting into Rabbids kind of territory. I kind of don't give a crap about the lore of Mario because basically I really like the deep down backstories of all the characters and Rosalina's true heritage and all that stuff. I love that, but they'll never go into that, and I kind of don't care about it because of that, So that's what I mean about the complexity. Sorry to interrupt. You shouldn't feel insulted. I like the Rabbit games too. I just mean that they're not very complicated. They're little devil bunnies that go every now and again.
There are so many games I still have to play. Like, I know I still wanna get the what is that? Freak. The game where it's like you're playing as the girl, and the girl is like she wields the boat and she climbs on top of these large, kind of prehistoric but not really cybernetic animal things. What's the name of it?
I don't know.
I completely forgot. I don't know. It's like there's like a complete package that's out for like $20 now. This is
I never knew.
Shop, by the way.
I never knew. I don't think I ever knew, so I can't help. I'm sorry.
Girl, bow, prehistoric, cybernetic animals. This is seriously how I Google search.
Oh, it's a cricket. Sorry, I kept hearing like phantom little taps and thuds in here, and I was just like, "What the fuck is that?" But there's a cricket on the wall over there.
Horizon Zero Dawn. The name of it.
That sounds like a name that was just pulled out of a hat, you know.
Yeah.
We're just like we'll put in a bunch of names for like games and stuff that like could come out that are sequels to other games, and we'll just pick out like three or four of them, you know, at random, and just see whatever sticks. And it's like Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah.
It's very much just like a title where it felt like they just found words and put them together.
Yeah, it's just the same way they came up with Destiny and stuff as well.
Destiny.
Yeah. Sounds like Ark.
I'm just trying to think of other story-based games.
Mortal Kombat XL is $20. That's nice.
There was another one kind of like that, where it had basically like Norse symbolism in it, and like you're playing as the main character, but the main character is kind of a schizo. So as you're playing, you kind of have like voices that come up while you're playing, and they're just talking about like, I don't know, like the way you're playing, or just like, it sounds very interesting. I can't remember the name of it offhand.
I like how Panafox is typing just stuff.
Hellblade.
Right.
Hellblade Seamless Sacrifice. What happened?
Panafox is typing. It's just like, no, I'm not Panafox. I'm not judging you. I like the way you're typing because it's just so funny to me. It's like Mortal Kombat XL is $20. $10. I shall go buy it at the shops. You know, to the automobile. Like you just go, just the way that you were saying it. It's just like I had you doing that in my brain. It was funny to me. I'm sorry. I wasn't judging you, honestly. I used to really like Mortal Kombat.
The way you're phrasing it that way, I'm picturing him having like the Panda Mobile or something.
Yeah.
The Panda Cave.
It's all kind of steampunky, you know.
I'm sorry, I'm just now imagining his whatever he's driving in, his automobile, just like as it's driving away, farting out of a cloud of dust.
I was gonna say, I think we established that it's a steampunk Panda Mobile like car steam thing.
Mm.
But I just couldn't come up with a good name. It's a panda dirigible plane boat thing.
Panda dirigible plane.
I was trying to think of the most somewhere in between like really posh sounding like Victorian wording for something for a vehicle.
It can also be used as a hot air balloon.
That's very Good, Howard. Yes, good.
Shut up. I'm not an idiot. Stop making loud like I am.
I didn't say it.
Yes, but you're thinking it. I heard it.
He's doing it still. Panafox, did you notice you're still doing it? I have retrieved it. This pleases me. I shall install it at once. Fuck.
Gosh.
Oh, it's getting better. Are we going to watch another episode, or are we done for the night? Or just
We can. I thought we were just going through a little talkie.
Well, I did too, but the talkies lasted for 45 minutes. I'm not happy with the outcome of this transaction. Oh, God.
You've insulted me. How dare you?
One might even say he is displeased.
Is there a pun? I'm trying to find it. I am. Brain working hard. I got nothing. Tubbs, yes, I see what you mean. Panafox, you're a fun. Yeah. Thank you. He's unhappy.
Gosh damn it. Sometimes my YouTube chat won't work and I'll have to refresh it.
You can't swear, you know. No one's going to judge you here. We're all adults.
Yes, I know. But I prefer not to if I get in the chance, but you know.
Episode 22, Enterprise Season 1, Episode 22.
Episode 22.
It helps to have a short attention span. Yeah.
Let's see if it starts off with an ad.
How many episodes are in Season 1? 26?
Yep, it's an ad. 26. I think it's 26.
How many in my Season 2? The cricket is trying to commit suicide by going behind the CD rack, by the way. Idiot. There are spiders back there. But are they really? Oh, I must have a look. Yeah, there are spiders back here.
Captain Stark. Beginning of lessons were such a good. It's been a challenging, to say the least.
No, it doesn't say.
So stop. Stop. You're not cool. Look at that.
What?
Got installed sometime.
It doesn't say how many episodes.
Don't do that. Not sure.
Oh, Scott. That's what we did wrong.
I was 26.
Just us.
Well,
Eat like you mate.
you sure that thing's working? Sasurat.
I think I want to eat. That much is not.
Whatever we've done to offend you, I apologize.
Yeah, talking slowly, that helped.
Sasurat.
Your dick. Wolfie, we've been discussing how Arch is basically just a dick.
Yeah, he kind of is.
He is just a dick.
Yeah.
Well, it's just
He really is.
briefest first contact.
Oh shit!
What?
There's some kind of weird. It's
Oh, it's the webby thing. I know what it is.
What?
It's the webby thing. You'll find out later. Yeah, it's just that. Look, we've noticed, Wolfie. We've been noticing that basically Archer's whole character seems to be Vulcans don't act like people, and T'Pol being like, no.
Yeah. well, yeah, like basically on one of the early episodes, we were kind of mentioning how basically they intercepted a transmission to T'Pol from another Vulcan, and they were thinking like it might be some kind of compromising thing, and basically what's the guy's name, Tubbs? The guy who read it?
Oh, Trip. Tucker.
He read it, and then he went to Archer and said he felt bad about reading it. And then Archer was just like, oh, well, yeah, I guess you'll just have to go and talk to her about it then.
It's like, you made me read it.
Archer, it's your fault.
Yeah. And there's the whole thing where basically like they're trying to when she's being sent back to Earth, and basically she's being sent back to Vulcan and stuff like that because of the bullshit that happened to Pajem, and basically it's like she actually does seem all throughout the episode she actually does seem like, I'm okay with being sent back to Vulcan. I really am. You all of you are so annoying. And they seem to do everything in their power to keep her from going back and pretend like it's what she wanted all along. When if you actually watch the episode, she clearly doesn't want to stay.
Pretty much. Yeah. She's just like, but I have to go back. But I have to go back.
I really have to go back.
Please send me back. All the humans are getting on my last nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could totally kill everybody, you know that, right?
I'm about to do and say things that'll make you think I'm Romulan.
Oh god. I don't think he hasn't got to the Romulans yet.
No. Not yet.
I did explain kind of the backstory of the Romulans, but
Static.
Frequency distortions mixed in with the static.
Got better ears than we do.
It's coming from the comm system.
it's like my whole job.
Diagnostic. It's just not my day.
How's the translation coming along?
Slowly. Quajak, their word for eat.
What about it?
With emphasis on the first syllable quaja, it means to mate.
You see how that might cause some confusion.
Food sex, I like these people.
Critic on every language, but
Oh, we all know you're.
The symbol can have a dozen different meanings.
Does sound awesome, actually.
Oh, food sex is so good.
You think it was my fault? I didn't say that. You implied it.
Chillaxing chocolate syrup with your cock.
Responsibility. For all we know, it was Mr. Tucker's table manners.
Yeah, but then how would I eat
But
that?
you think if I picked up
Oh,
the
my
language
goodness.
faster, they might have stormed off the ship. Try to learn from failure. It could help your next contact be more successful.
Seriously, I'm fucking helping you, you stupid human.
Picking up some kind of interference in the comm system. High frequency distortion.
Is it a problem?
Mostly just irritating.
I'll track it down first thing.
Thanks.
Game there?
Yes.
I was just wondering.
Now might not be the best time.
I'm a Vulcan. You're asking about moods.
I'll take the chances. It better be important. Prime rib tonight. Eat a horseradish. Buy yourself on the steward said so much. Oh, we took the course for this brown dwarf system. What's interesting? I can't wait.
It's really not. It's just a.
In the meantime, why don't we sit in and you can wait. Maybe later. I was going to say, Dave. Stanford versus Texas. Finals. Fresh out of the subspace mailbag. You've been threatening to teach me the finer points of the game. Unless you're too busy with the ground wars.
Oh no, it's the ominous music.
Turkey. Oh no, it's a thing.
The web slime monster thing.
The invisible slimy space thing.
It looked that way the entire time. Besides, they didn't really lose their temper until they arrived here. What are you saying for the movie tonight? What's playing? Wages of Fear.
No, I don't want to watch that one. I actually don't like that.
You like it. Things blow up. Sounds fun.
That's his whole character. He's the weapons officer. He likes explosions.
You might need a translator. Those subtitles go by pretty fast.
I have enough language models for one day.
Oh, so I just realized what else happens in this episode, which is kind of annoying. But I'll point it out later.
Gonna have this thing in the back.
5 minutes.
I hate missing communicating.
It's on the computer. You can watch it whenever you want.
It's not the same. I'm gonna go back and see the first part after you know how it ends.
The power just went out on D. Cargo Bay 2. The lighting goes down.
It's probably just a balloon. Let it fly shift.
If it's just a balloon relay, keep 10 minutes to fix. Here,
Blown relay on D deck.
comes up to
Subtext anyone?
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get it? It's on D.
I can't hear anything.
Oh, so they're watching the movie or something,
Oh, okay.
but it's not really.
Reach the bridge. Go ahead. We're trying to watch a movie down here, but instead we're being treated to a view of you. So unless you're planning on giving us a little song and dance, maybe you can see what's going wrong.
It's not my problem.
It's not like we're having sex or anything.
Yeah.
You also know that that's the bottom. It's just a rough game.
This was the original series. They totally would have been having sex.
One part wrestling. And I thought it was just a bunch of guys swimming around in the pool.
Oh, it must be down.
Hello?
What happened? What?
Oh, sorry. It went. You kind of cut out when you said D deck, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, my audio's being weird now.
Yeah. Let's switch device.
That's okay. I think it's because I'm streaming at the same time.
Yeah.
Spooky things are happening.
Indeed.
Ooh.
There's some kind of weird slimy spider web.
Not space hentai.
I see what you mean about the whole subtext thing now.
Yeah.
Cool. Second one. What he's called the movement, right? Very good. I told you, best sport in the world. Well, I'll still take a great off after one in the back here, but I can see I can get hooked on this. Thanks for being my pleasure. Now keep watching on Texas Trends as you start California Bucks. You haven't watched the end of it. Personally. What the hell was that? Number 8 on Texas just filed one of my. He's going to be ejected for seconds. Is that fair? Gives you guys any? That's the point. Oh. I don't suppose it can be practical to put a pool on the ship. Well, we're taking a swim with gravity plating went off.
Are they taking a shot at the original series?
Go ahead.
What do you mean?
They have a pool on the Enterprise in the original series. It's never shown, but I've seen the blueprints. It's there.
Mm.
A swimming pool.
Mm.
It's just behind the deflector shield, deflector dish.
Now they're going down and check this out. Down on D-Deck.
Fucking D-Deck. Maybe get some more spooky stuff.
Yep. They're all going into a dark room and just shining lights with the phasers. Oh no, what's up here? Just wait until you get to the slimy spider web. And you'll know what's happening.
Yep. Go away until you get to the space hentai.
Oh my gosh! It explodes everywhere! All over the bodies!
Isn't it weird how that thing actually does look like just tissue paper and basically semen?
Yeah, pretty much. Ew! Ew, ew.
Captain.
Hello. I am also upside down.
Leave. I'm gonna pray. No.
Well, you know, he is a fucking idiot, so what are you going to do?
And there goes Archer. There goes Shep.
Did you notice that there's no Vulcans in that thing yet?
Yeah, pretty much. And there he goes. I'm just waiting for. Oh. Well, how Star Trek also contains physical censorship.
All right, memory evacuate the entire thing.
How did it get on board?
The last time we got in the air last was back in protest. You think I'd have to put a little souvenir?
Our encounter didn't go well, but I can't be thinking this into a check test. We're not even certain that we can pass.
You didn't see that thing go off with stints. It seemed hostile enough to me. The Cretaceans might know something about this. I can start scanning for their ship. Try to pick up their warship.
We'll need to communicate with you better than last time. I'll do my best. Call the doctor.
Good, because you sucked last time.
I'm prepared to examine the specimen.
Yes, stand by.
Yeah, Jeff,
Ew.
it's over here.
What?
Like become earthworm, the Asian cradlefish.
The cricket. It's right there.
Do you think
Threat him to jump.
That will be quite enough.
John Billingsley, I think that's the name of the doctor.
Doctor?
He's a really nice guy.
It's intelligent. Maybe we can.
Yeah.
Frequency distortions, they look a lot like.
I really love the Doctor as a character.
With all due respect, shit. We're not talking about nouns and verbs here. It could take you days to learn a language like that, even if it is one.
What other choice do we have?
I thought you didn't like his smile.
At first, it was kind of creepy, but you know, it's kind of like just like you get used to it after a while.
And suggest we find a method that does.
If I may, the organism is highly focused. A sustained burst of EM radiation might be enough to stop the creature.
Can you assemble some EM emitters?
It'll take a few minutes.
That cricket's going to jump on my head or something, isn't it? Well, it's inching its way over to here, behind me.
It just wants to hang out.
It's behind the drawing board right now.
We're back to the street swap.
Take it easy. I'm sure to Paul and Malcolm. Nick, get us out of here.
I don't know, have you met them?
Yes, sir. How'd she look?
Oh, she's super dead.
Zane, I'm still unconscious. Captain? Yeah. Imagine in a situation like it's in the movie. Imagine so.
Shut up, you idiot.
The mountain. Having explosive to the mountain.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, seriously, life and death situation right here.
There's kind of something going on to please stop talking about random bullshit that doesn't matter.
Well, they are trying to take each other's mind off of it, of the situation, so
Yeah.
I guess. But it's just that, yeah, it's kind of like, seriously, anything. Talk about anything else right now.
Yeah,
It's working. Something's wrong. Hold on, females. Go, go! Shut them off. What happened? They're nervous. You're feeling inhibited. Sharing off the malfunction. They've been firing, but end up killing our own. Mr. Reed, withdraw your teeth. Understood.
Interesting.
Rate of symbiosis is increasing.
No.
If you don't find a way to extract them soon, their systems will be integrated in the future. I won't be able to separate.
What?
It's just here.
You wanted the chance to communicate. I suggest you can.
It's where?
On the side of the hall.
2 hours almost. Metabolic rates are dropping. Temperature, respiration. There must be something to come out of there. I'm not sure if you appreciate how alien this creature is. Not attacking our group. It's trying to integrate them.
I like that. It's super alien.
Very near future, there will be 6 life forms, and probably there'll only be 1. If that thing continues to grow, we're going to have to find a way to contain it. You have a suggestion? Starfleet's been working on creating a stable past 5 years. It's supposed to be all right. They just haven't found a way to control the particle density. All the specs are in the database. I've been trying to jury-rig the prototype of my own. And I've got it stable enough to absorb effect to last 60% of the time.
Bullshit.
I suggest you work quickly.
You know you already have force fields, right? You know that big dish on the front of your ship? It's projecting a force field out in front of it. Whatever.
Whatever. That's good. It's just like this thing over here, you know?
I'm gonna be the first to know. I'm sorry. Frustrating. I'm not having.
It's a situation requires expertise.
Maybe I don't have expertise.
If you don't, no one else aboard Enterprise does.
I'm doing my best.
It was your suggestion to communicate with it. If you don't think that's possible, we'll have to find another solution.
I've made a little progress. But our translation matrix, look at it. It's more like a calculus equation than a language.
Mathematics is sometimes considered a form of language.
It is a form of language.
What I'm trying to say is that I could use help from someone with a background in higher forms.
What I'm trying to say is basically, I just really want to bone you. And we're back to split Joe.
Back to the splooge hentai room.
Well, to his right. Because he keeps his hands. How do you know that? Jesse? Know it too. I don't understand it. I want all along. It's this life form. It's linking us. Somehow.
Obviously.
We gotta get out. Calm down. This thing's gotten inside our heads. Trick. Do you know what I'm thinking about? What is it? Senior year, North American Week supposed to get wait. I mean, you were down by 2 goals under. And what was I thinking? What was I thinking? I thought you could win. Perfect game. You always thought you could. No matter how far behind you were. And we did. We went on to the finals that year.
Oh, it just hurt so much.
The game's lost.
It hurts so good.
Mm.
I'm sorry, I just can't get the past how much it just looks like splooge. Like all over the body. Just like the bugs.
Just looks so much like splooge. I can't stop thinking about it.
Probably a reaction to the shock that severed from the larva. But it's alive. Very much so. Good. If you don't mind, I'd like to run a few tests of my own. The kind of tests.
Murder tests.
Biological stress intolerance.
Murder tests.
That's why I'm trying to create a force field to isolate the cargo bay. But if it's going to work, I have to calculate how much result it will take to repel the organism without killing it, or any of the people it's taken. If you attempt to pummel this appendage, the EM radiation rise will mercy. I'm afraid I can't predict that. This is more than just a. It exhibits all the signs of an intelligent being. Intelligent being or not, its big brother is in the company, strangling the captain and 4 other crewmen. If we don't do something to contain it now, it could pose a threat to everyone. There are some basic ways to gather them. Such as, of course,
Jesus Christ, dude.
Wow.
You sneezed. It was loud.
I'm sorry.
And they're trying to kill the captain.
Should I keep my to a minimum?
I rely on species ethics. But until Hoshi tells me she's found a way to communicate with it, I have to assume his intentions are hostile. Now, if you don't mind. You want information to help you construct a field, you'll require it under press supervision. Sure, I don't have to remind you, Doctor. I am the ranking officer. After I sit there. Unless the captain says otherwise. The captain is in no condition to offer an opinion. Precisely.
Oh, fine. You got it on
Your words. We better get to it.
What if we used a bilateral?
It's been ages since there's been an ad.
Did you compensate for food?
That's why I'm just randomly expecting it to be ad.
Allowing your emotions to control you won't help solve this problem. Maybe we'll question everything you asked for my phone. I didn't ask for you to keep count of every time mistake or to second guess all of my decisions. As first officer, it's my duty to supervise you. This goes beyond duty, sub-commander. You've been looking over my shoulder, double checking my login, my translations. It's my job. Is that all we're talking about? You don't think I belong on it, do you?
Seriously, it's my job.
On the contrary, it would be a great loss to start with if you were not part of this crew. If you feel I've been unfair to you, I apologize. But I hold you to a high standard.
School station going on right now.
Shall we continue? Yes.
See, now you feel bad.
Why don't we take another look at subharmonics? I was thinking we could run them through the decryption matrix and see if we can find a pattern. I see it's numbers. And you can communicate.
Toot toot.
Hey, Lucas. You speak English. You studied your database. It wasn't difficult. Okay. We have a problem. Yes. There's an alien organism on the ship. Yes. It came aboard around the same time. We were hoping you might know something about it.
Describe this organism.
Well, it's big. But it didn't start out there. It's like a large mass of tendrils.
Tendrils?
Like a giant web.
And explodes stuff.
Grows.
Hmm.
We haven't seen this.
I mean, just so much.
It's a hentai space monster.
It wasn't our fault. Can you tell us where this planet?
Apologize.
Excuse me?
We will send you the coordinates, but first, you must apologize to us for your offense.
I want a written apology.
You don't have to apologize because basically, like, what they're going to do? They're not just going to let you all die.
Put food in your mouths.
Bad touch, Tribble.
Eat.
I don't understand.
Terrible.
Okay.
It is like mating. It is very offensive to us.
We were just eating.
He doesn't know what a Tribble is.
We eat the same way, but not in the presence of others.
I see.
I guess I get it.
Please believe me. We had no idea what would be to you. It was simply a misunderstanding. On behalf of the entire crew, I sincerely apologize.
Your apology is accepted.
I love that.
Thank you.
Bye bye now. But the cord now. Fuck. No. Doodles. But I apologise. Yeah, too late.
I'm just looking at Wolfie's comment now.
Do you know what a Tribble is?
A triple?
Yeah.
No. One second, hold up. I need to go blow my nose real quick.
Right, okay. I was going to explain what a Tribble is, why he was gone, but I'm explaining it to him. So.
Jeff from Concrete talked about new life, new civilization. You think this is what it is?
Here it is.
I thought he was going to pause the episode.
So much.
Did you sit on your computer? I don't know whether grasshoppers know.
Because my headphones are in my ears right now. That sucked.
It's okay.
Damn it. Okay, I'm listening again. Plug this in. And play.
Just a few more. Start.
Blocks to default.
Go ahead.
Now you're under a great deal of pressure. Kelly's metabolic rate has dropped to a critical level. You're planning to do even better to us.
Understood.
The particle density is still fluctuating. I think the problem's in the lower left. Try again.
Call to Lieutenant.
Go ahead.
Made some progress on the translation. Going to get into cargo base test. Force field ready.
I'm making the final calculations now.
You'll have to do it quick. Dr. Fox says I don't have much time.
Understood.
I'm just going to take this big untested piece of technology over to an alien and hope it works.
But isn't that basically every scenario in the thing ever?
They couldn't wait. They couldn't wait one season without inventing force fields. Really.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah.
Feels worse.
Just have an itch.
You guys?
We're about to find out.
Oh gosh.
What? Is it beeping at them yet?
Well, no, it's just went back to showing a thing. It's like, oh my gosh, it's just straight come on them now. Basically, it's yeah, that's all it is.
And I'm going to need to hop out for a little bit, but I'll still be in chat.
Okie dokie. Oh, I said
Later. What?
I said okie dokie.
Yeah, he'll still be in chat. That means he's not going away.
I know.
No, I'm telling that to myself, basically.
He's not leaving us forever.
He's not going anywhere.
Random squeakies.
You got enough stress.
Yeah, base.
Absolutely. It's talking to us. Ensign, hold on. Give it. Quick.
It's home world.
He hasn't got it. He's in the middle of it. Belongs to it. I think Klein gets the exact location of it.
He knows about spatial coordinates and shit.
That's what come monster.
When is it greasy? Is that pretty bad? Good.
Parafox, it is alien talk.
Jesus, that's really annoying.
I actually was wondering how it was speaking like a while ago, and basically
Yeah.
all I can figure is that basically it's rubbing parts of itself on itself, like a kind of like a violin.
Yeah. Why? That image is just. Oh, gosh.
Like it's,
So many things. So many things about this freaking tentacle alien are just innuendos of something.
all it is basically you know what that stuff's made out of, right? But it's basically just cellophane wrap and cream. So can you see it? It's basically just cellophane wrap and cream, just around them every now and again.
Yeah.
It's really gross.
Pretty much. Ew. It looks so much like cum.
I just wonder how long it took them to basically get the sour cream kind of smell off of them after they filmed all of this.
So nasty.
I think the grasshopper's just staying there now. I don't think it's moving.
He's just taking a nap.
He's hanging out on top of my electrical console.
I've been speaking to the computer. It hates me.
Over there, over here.
This is all one organism.
It's a singular hive mind, basically. Then.
Well, like she said, it's one organism.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's such. It's kind of cool, really. Even if it is just basically a giant tentacle cum monster.
I still like to think of it as basically just cellophane and cream.
Why did it take on people? Hard to say. When it becomes separated from itself,
Funsies.
perhaps it needed a physical connection with
Yeah.
the form it could find.
I feel kind of like that about Star Trek, though.
Hmm?
It's just like, no, don't kill it. It's an intelligent being, and it's not trying to do anything bad. It's just like, it's in danger,
Yeah.
and it's over.
But you see, the thing is, I would have killed them. It would have integrated them.
Yeah.
So it might not have done it with like bad intentions or anything, but it's still kind of like it still would have kind of killed them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was, and I get the whole thing. I mean, like, and I get that, like, it's like, it was a bad thing that was basically doing without, like, really, because all it was trying to do was just get to its goal, which was basically just to get back home. So it was trying to figure out the best way to do that.
Get to
So,
the great poo. But so basically there's a planet out there with a big webby kind of monster thing.
Yep.
But I always like to imagine the implications of that. Basically it's like did other ships come here? Did they accidentally get latched onto too? But you know, is that actually just one creature, or is it just like accumulated out of like many creatures that had accidentally fallen into it or something?
Yeah.
You know, they wanted to get a sample of it, and then basically accidentally got taken by it or something. And it's just like, it's a little bit creepy when you think about it that way. And I think that's why they end it right there.
Yeah.
So after the credits, basically, like somebody else got snatched, but they didn't show that bit because. It would have been really funny. It would have been actually a really kind of like neat Easter egg if basically they say that they have 84 crew, and then later on, like a couple episodes later, they say that they got 83 crew. And it's like, wait a minute, no one died. What did we miss? What's going on? You look at this episode and you're like, oh, somebody got all absorbed.
Yeah.
Creepy. Where'd it go?
Tribble.
Oh yeah, Tribble. By the way, it's like it's kind of like a hamster, but it's like all fluff. It's just a ball of fluff.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
I've got one in the house. That's you know, just a. It's just a little. It's a little ball of fluff that's got padding, and then it's got like a little vibrator pack in it with a noise generator, and it makes funny noises and wiggles around when it hears a loud noise. It's quite funny.
Tribble. That touch Tribble.
I love that we're going to get into, eventually we're going to get into the original series, and it's going to be, they totally would have had sex on D-Deck.
Oh, did they get into troubles in
What?
Do they get into troubles in Enterprise?
I don't know. I think that Phlox mentions them once.
Oh, okay.
Like he's got one. I think he's got one somewhere.
So yeah, it's like it's showing. I'm looking it up. It's showing Phlox and Hoshi with one of the things. Yes.
But yeah, they're just kind of like, you don't ever feed a Tribble.
Oh. Are they like gremlins or?
No, they're not. They're not like gremlins. They literally, once they eat, then it kicks off their reproductive cycle, and they basically just poop out baby Tribbles, and then those ones then poop out more baby Tribbles, and it just.
Yeah. I think because I kind of had an idea that that's what they did, basically. So I think I kind of knew about this, but I just forgot about it or something.
It's like there was a really good episode of the original series where basically they deal with Tribbles because there's a Tribble infestation kind of. It's actually quite funny, but I'm not going to get into it because I'm not going to get into it until we watch Deep Space Nine.
Deep Dish 9.
Deep Space Nine is actually really good sometimes.
Deep Throat 9.
Well, no, you have to deal with is it Avery Brooks, the actor Avery Brooks? He's the commander of Deep Space Nine. And there's this. Oh my god, I can't stand his acting with his loud breathing. Oh, he's acting. No one talks like this. It's just. It's just so painful. You know, all the other characters talk normally, but it's just that him, nope. Well,
I'm an experienced actor.
well, there's this one scene where he's basically supposed to show that he's kind of having a breakdown, and basically he's just saying it's real over and over and over again. But the way he's saying it is like, it's real to me in here, it's real. It's like, did the actor actually just have a mental breakdown? Really, right now? Did he just use up all of his acting just in this one bit? Is this what happened? And it's like, oh, I can't. I can't. It's just so much cringe. Oh. But every fucking line he does is just emphasize the breathing. Got to emphasize the breathing. It's like, why? Oh, just these speech patterns. Oh god, I'm not.
Heavy breathing.
It is. And what's really annoying is that basically now that I've told you, you're not going to be able to unsee it. Because I was watching a bit of Deep Space Nine with Damon, and basically it was like he's always liked just Deep Space Nine. He liked the overall story of it and everything.
Yeah.
But I basically just said, "Oh, I can't take it anymore." And I left the room, and he was like, "What is it?" And I was like, "Oh, I can't take the heavy breathing and the acting of Avery Brooks anymore." And he was like, "What do you mean?" And I told him all this, and basically, like, I had a little break, and then I went back in there and in the living room, and we watched a bit of an episode, and he was like, "Oh great, now I'm watching it." Oh fuck! So he can't stop noticing it. Just. You know, I like the character, but I fucking hate the actor. That's the problem with that though. I'm sure all three agree with me that there's no Q in Enterprise, and there totally should have been. Heavy breathing.
What?
Heavy breathing in general makes me upset as Panafolk. There's no Q. Remember I was talking about the Q? The Q is so good. The Q.
Q?
Like some of the best episodes that involve Q. It's just, yeah.
Q.
Well, like there's a scene in Voyager, for example, where Q is talking to one of the head officers, and basically she's in charge of this guy who basically is like he's Native American, and he has a face tattoo. He's got a tattoo around his eye. It's just a thing. Nobody addresses it. It's just a cultural thing. But no, Q's like he's like, ooh, facial arts, how crude. and then later on he's like, what? I don't understand why you believe you trust him over me. Is it the facial tattoo? And then he turns around and says, because mine's bigger, and it's basically all of his face is like tattooed because he's a Q and he can do that. It's just so funny. Or when he gives the replicator's personality, and like Janeway goes over to the coffee machine and she's like, coffee black, because that's what she does, and the replicator makes coffee. All of a sudden the replicator goes, make it yourself. Look at her face, it's just so good. It's just... and somebody explains, so it's like, he thought that the replicators could use more personality. It's like
GPP.
Yeah.
Genuine personality.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh, it's really good. But that's what I mean. It's just like Q in Enterprise would have been awesome. And I really wish that there wasn't any of that. It didn't have to be the same Q. you know, because it usually is the same Q that is always missing with Star Trek, but it's like if they could have had another Q.
Mm.
That would have been awesome. Am I right though, Wolfie? There had to be more Q. I was going to say there wasn't really any Q in the original series, but basically they dealt with it's not really spoilers because it's really obvious when it happens all the time, but they have to deal with like godlike aliens all the time because, you know, in the 60s, early 70s, they basically had to make, you know, their heroes always be against the odds, and it's like the only way you can do that is by making the bad guys or the problem be a kind of like a larger than life kind of like character that has an ability that they don't have. And because of kind of semi-lazy writing, they often end up going against like these alien races that are basically just gods, the straight up gods. So it's kind of annoying, but it's like there is good bits in the original series. Not like a lot, but I really just hate when they call them screens. Just say shields. You say screen or shields in the original series. They just pick one. I don't mind which one. Just pick one. We have to figure out which order we're doing the movies as well, because oh god. Because you got the original series movies, then you got the Next Generation movies, and I don't know if we're going to go into the alternate universe movies because they're alternate universe. I don't know what I'm going to think. I don't know what I'm going to do about STD because I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with STD. I kind of wish it was all over so I could just watch all of it in one go and just not deal with it anymore because it sounds painful whenever I'm talking to somebody about it. Star Trek Discovery. Has the cricket come out of hiding yet? Where are you? Nope, it's still up there somewhere.
I don't like crickets.
I don't mind them. I just don't like. I don't like the surprise. You know.
I haven't seen or heard crickets in so long. I think that may be more of a mainland thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not out at the right time to get crickets, but I haven't really seen too many crickets in Hawaii.
Well, it's not obvious.
And the crickets were taken over by roaches.
I was going to say maybe they just didn't make it over the.
Yeah.
Well, I think I might have said that. I just hope it's okay and it didn't get eaten by a spider.
Spiders.
I don't think I've got any big spiders in here anyway at the moment. But they're usually just the small to medium sized. Oh, do you remember that spider that was on top of my filing cabinet?
Yeah.
Did I already tell you guys like how I got rid of that one?
No.
Well, I came in here After leaving in here and going to bed, I basically came back out here, and it was sitting on top of the pencil case, like just on my desk right here, like in plain sight, right on top of the pencil case. So I basically just got a glass and I put it over the top of the pencil case, and I flew outside because I was like, nope, it's on my desk. I have rules, guys. But yeah,
Bye.
Yeah.
Send you off into the world.
No, I was a bit more delicate than that. I basically, I put it on top of the. It probably came back in here, but I put it on top of the small shed. That's the container outside my office. So it just kind of went on that and then scurried around underneath it. Ugh. Yeah. Right. Anybody in the chat want to got any like questions, comments, or like anything before I go? Oh, I forgot to do the thing again.
One thing we could do for like just the watch alongs is just like, because what are you planning to do? Like whenever we eventually get to a point where you can just like watch it along in the office, are you gonna actually show the episode, or are you only doing audio?
Well, that's what I was trying to think of, like, because there's no way of doing like picture-in-picture,
right?
Without going into OBS, and OBS is for some reason on both my computers seems to be the free version anyway. Seems to be very much a new. So I'm going to play for a little bit and then get stuck on one frame for ages. So yeah. Because I don't know how legal that is.
What I was thinking would be cool is like if we only did like an audio thing, like what you could do is just like find like stuff and just like bring it up on screen about like just different stuff that are talking about like different species or ships or just like different stuff. I don't know. Just like give people more of the idea of what they're looking at or what have you.
I mean, like a still frame. Again, that's you can't do picture-in-picture for Google Hangouts. So. But yeah, like every now and again, bring up a still frame or something. Yeah. Tiny Moth attack me. I mean, yes, I guess I could. Okay.
I don't know. It's just kind of trying to think of ways to make it like kind of interesting, I guess, for stream. So
I heard that it jumped. I heard it land somewhere.
The cricket.
Yeah, I just heard like a flick noise, and a tap of it landing.
Squish and flick. Squish and flick.
I don't know where it went.
High, there's a low. Every two, there's a pro.
Number 15. Foot ladder.
He showed him putting his foot in the letters, but that basically makes it worse.
Oh, God. I'm bringing it up.
Oh my gosh. Why?
I have to hear it again.
Freaking foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get. A 4chaner uploaded a photo anonymously to the site.
A 4chaner uploaded a photo anonymously to the site. Wow.
Anonymous to the side.
At least the flies on the camera.
Show the picture. Him putting his foot in the lettuce, but that basically makes it worse.
With the statement, "This is the lettuce you eat at Burger King." Admittedly, he had shoes on, but that's even worse.
Just that whole thing.
So
that
weird.
Right there.
So,
It's just like
so weird and messed up. All of that. Both the story and the way he's saying it. Just...
Admittedly, he had shoes on. That made it worse.
Just uploaded anonymously to the site a picture of this. What the fuck? Jeffy said, at least the flies are on the camera this time. I don't know if I already put that out, but yeah. Yeah, look, the fly is dead. I killed it. It was annoying me too much with the annoying touching and touching and more touching and touching. It was just like, fucking what? You know? That's gonna bug me for the rest of the night now. I'm just gonna wonder where the crap this thing went. Well, we are about to switch over to the Discord for the final goodbyes and stuff before I hit the mute button. But no, it's been great doing this watch along with you guys on stream and stuff. I will be doing streams still here on the LiveTUBBS channel for the time being until the videos come back on the
for a little while.
Yeah, just for a little while. Till the videos come back on the LiveTUBBS channel and all that stuff. And everywhere else. But these videos are not going to be set to private and stuff. So
from out of the black hole.
yeah, these videos are not going to be these videos are not going to be set to private or unlisted or anything. So these ones will be all like here and shit. So yay. So yeah, you can at least see me sometimes, kind of. Anyway, guys, I'm glad you killed it, Tubbs. Yeah. Belly rubs. And Betty Salute. It smells like rubber. So much in here. Oh, it's on the wall above the. It's above the electrical console. Yeah. I'll be back tomorrow anyway on here for another LiveTUBBS.
Hugs, Jeff. Later.
Super loud. What happened?
What?
Super loud. Just 1 sec. Yeah. Toodles, guys. Anytime, Jeff.